Hello and welcome back to the channel and welcome. It's a channel update, kind of. It's a PC Builder Simulator too. I got very fortunate in the last couple of days. Last week actually had a gentleman that came in and we got to talking. He had a really good deal on a computer that he picked up and thought that I would give it a really nice home. In order to do this stuff, what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and we're going to start building the computer as close as I can in PC Builder Simulator 2. We'll kind of talk about it, kind of the choices that I made, and probably our upgrades for the future. First thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get us our case out of here. I was looking for trying to do a little bit of looking here. So we'll go ahead, we're going to go to case storage, right? It is a Lee and Lee. And it's technically a 207 case. So I don't think we have the 207 case in here. As far as I can tell, it was something that was kind of Micro Center, kind of did it, and not necessarily a bad thing. So this one I think is kind of the closest kind of to what the case is that I'm working with. So we're gonna go with this case here. So we're going to go ahead and put this guy down here. We're going to pull the case off. So this one's got a hinge case. Mine, a couple of screws on the back. It kind of just pops open, right? Not a big deal. This has got more cooling in the front. That's fine. It's just, we're just kind of getting close here. So it is a 207 case. And then the next thing we're going to go here is go ahead and look into our motherboards. It is an ASRock motherboard. Specifically, it is the ASRock. It's the X570 Pro 4. Basically, we'll have to try to get something close, right? So we want a 570 board. The only one they have here is the Extreme 4. It's going to be a little bit different than what we have, just because it is what it is, right? Looks a little bit different. The idea here is to have something very close and similar to what we have here. So once we get in here, we'll basically go ahead. We're going to install some memory. So we have 32 gigs. So we basically need two 16 gig chips, right? The stuff that's in there is like Forza, like it's kind of probably a proprietary brand or somebody. So it's just 3200 RAM. So 3200 RAM that will fit onto this thing, DDR4 obviously. So we'll just Patriot 32, that's fine. No, it's 8 gig. We want 16. Because we got two 16s in there. Let's see. Hide a low. Let's do that. That will help. 32. Eventually I do want to upgrade it to two 32 gig sticks. Just because that should give us a little bit more to work with in there. No RGB lighting on the RAM. Not that it makes it really go faster, but you know what? We'll just do ADATA. That's fine. And then actually, we'll get two of those guys put in here. So we'll get one of those guys in there. And then one of those guys put in there. So now we got our two RAMs. We have obviously our power supply. I don't know what my power supply is. Probably not too. It's probably like a 650 or 700 watt. Like nothing too crazy. We're not looking for. So let's just go in here. We'll just the power supply really isn't ultimately that big of a deal. We're just trying to get something in there. Extreme gamer. Let's see. We'll just go with a 750, a Corsair 750. That'll be fine. All right, let's get these guys popped off back here. Okay, remove that then. Install. Now I gotta go find the power supply again. You know what? That's fine. Just put that guy in there. So we'll get that guy put in there. We'll get him all installed. That way those are all in there. Now, the motherboard does have two 1 terabyte at M.2s on it. Let's see. So memory. So we'll just go. No, we don't want memory. We want storage. And it's just like I said. It's not obviously not 4 terabytes. We're kind of in the. Let's see. Probably need to remove this guy here. Can I open that thing? Open. 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 Okay. It is being difficult with me today. Yeah, let's not power on the PC quite yet. Okay. All right. Give me. All right. Can I take this thing open? Nope. I want to open this thing. All right. Open that. You're not letting me put in that stuff? Like I have to open that before I put the RAM in? What are you doing, you crazy thing? Okay. So okay. Is it gonna make me all right, I'm gonna take it out. Okay. All right, that's not optimal. All right, so we got it open. Let's get one of these guys in here. Does it have another one? Yeah, it does have another one. So we'll get another one of these in here. The ones that are in here are not that they're not strong ones, and I'm not worrying about them. Even the slowest M.2 they're due ridiculously fast. So ultimately, that's all we're trying to do is get enough speed into it so that we can get the data when we need it. Let's see. All right, we'll just put HyperX because I do have black ones. It's fine. And then that guy goes in there. All right, so now we got both of those in there. We got some power supply, or we got some 1 terabyte M.2s. We got 32 gigs of RAM. The next thing we're going to worry about here is we're going to have, and we're going to do a couple of things here. We're going to go to our CPU processors. So it is an AM4 processor. I think, can I tell it? Delete it, brand. All right, so socket, let's go AM4 because it's obviously AM4. Let's try that again. So what I'm actually looking for is a 5700G. So it looks like I don't think they have the 57s in here. Oh, there's a 5700X or 3700X. So we're gonna put the 3700X in just to kind of give it close to what we had. We had a 50, and the quick ones will notice what we had. I had the computer for 18 hours. I'm already making changes. All right, so we got that stuff in. We got the power that in. We got that. So we're gonna install. Now, next thing we're gonna do is CPU cooling. Cooler master. If I can type today, holy cow. Cooler master. This is probably the closest thing to what we have in there. And then, of course, we got to take the top of the panel off. Let's see, remove that. And then try to do that install thing again. All right, so let's do that. So this case seems to be a little bit bigger than the one I actually have. Right. So we got all those guys put in. Nice. Come with a Cooler Master AIO. It's all RGB'd out and all that stuff is doing okay. I probably should have put thermal paste on that thing, but let me put. I don't know if it's gonna make me put thermal paste on here. It's been a while since I've played. Yeah, thermal paste. Thermal Grizzly for the win. And this game is great because we can just make the dot as big as we want to, and then sufficient paste apply. We're okay. All right, so that way we can do that, and then we can go back to our, let's see, CPU cooling, cooler, master, again, back with this guy. We'll get that put back in. All right, so there's in, we got a couple of fans on the front, we got one in the back, right? So we got plenty of cooling in here. We're doing all right. So this system is bare bones. It is nothing crazy. Like, it's not freaking, we're not setting the world on fire today, right? Ti. Oh, we don't have a 3060 Ti in here, huh? Okay. So, well, these are close as we're gonna get, I guess. So we're gonna do with the, we'll go with the X-Storm overclock. 12. No. Why do they have 12? I don't think I have 12. I'm pretty sure I have 8. So we'll go. Oh, yeah, it's a 3060 Ti. So we'll put this guy in. Oh, no, I did it again. Keep forgetting to take parts out. So we're gonna put this guy in. Obviously, I have it's just a 3060 Ti. It's nothing major. It's not crazy. It's just enough to kind of do a little bit better than the laptop we had, right? So now, for the most part, this guy is here. We're gonna go ahead and power on. Probably gonna be mad at us. And then, but that, yeah, no OS found. Go figure, right? Tools. Let's see. Good. Do that. See if we can reboot it. See if it will actually. Oh, look, now it's got an operating system. All right. So, like I said, nothing crazy, right? 3D Mark Advanced, and we actually ran 3D Mark on the machine when I first picked it up, right? And it allows us to run Crisis, or not Crisis, but Firestrike on it. Close to the numbers I'm seeing in real life. To be fair, not crazy, but you know, we're doing okay. And so I've got all that plugged into a 32-inch monitor. It's 1440p, nothing too crazy, just enough to kind of to do what we need to do, right? So ultimately, what are we going to want to do with this thing? Well, the first thing is well, the processor had to go. Not because the processor was bad. It's actually the 5700G that it came with. Not a bad processor. Would have probably done well for me. But like right after I bought it, I was talking to somebody about upgrading a machine, and the 5700G is a good upgrade for them. And for a decent price, like I can kind of help them out because they're going from a 6-core to an 8-core, stuff like that. So we worked out some stuff, and then basically that's going to allow me to do this. And now this has already been done. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove this guy, pull that out. Then we're gonna go and we're gonna pull this guy out. We're just gonna remove it. I'm not even gonna clean it. I cleaned the real one. All right. And then we're gonna install. And I'm gonna go to CPU processors, right? And I'm gonna type in these numbers here. And we're gonna put this guy in. So I went from an 8-core processor to a 16-core processor. They were really cheap right now. And there is like out the door is like just over $300. So I was kind of surprised by that price. By the time everything gets kind of said and done, we'll have this is just a better processor. Not a needed processor by any stretch of the imagination, but it was a better processor for what we have, or for what we want to ultimately do. And I could, it made sense to be able to do. Oh, we just put it on the bottom now. That's fine. Right through the wires. It's all right. So now with that processor, we've gone from 8 cores to uh, 16 cores, 32 threads. It's like the thing is just cooking along nice. But this is kind of the way the machine is setting it as it runs right now. I'm really happy with it. Grand total, I have like $600 into the computer total right now. So it's kind of hard to not jump on it when I could. So this is going to give us a good look in the future. Probably the things that we're going to be doing. We're going to be saving up some money, and when I say we, I mean me. The video cards needs to be updated. The problem is go from a 3060 Ti to anything better. I'm going to have to go to like a 5070, like, and like a 5060 would do it, but the problem is if I go to a 5060, right, and we can kind of look at it here, so we can go graphics cards, right? So a 5060, maybe. What's going on here? Why aren't you showing me what I'm doing? Graphics cards? Oh, because I can't install it anymore. Because I'm stuck. All right, there. So graphics cards, right? So if we're at a 3060, you're looking at 8 gigs of RAM. Like these saying 12. I'm not sure about that. I'm gonna have to look into some stuff. But in order for me to kind of upgrade it, like I'm looking at like a 4070, right? So that because nobody asked you for help. So if I'm looking at a 4070, I'm going to 16 gigs, and that's really what I need that extra video RAM to be able to do the things I'm doing, right? Or we're looking at a 5070, and by the time we don't have 50s in here. Okay, that would make sense. So I will be looking at probably jumping up a tier just so I can get the extra video RAM, stuff like that. The RAM probably be okay at 32 gigs of RAM for a while. If I find a really good deal on 64 gigs of RAM, we'll go ahead and do that. It's actually really close to the actual score of the machine, and as it runs, it's actually really close to the machine. But this gives me the ability to kind of go in here and play with it and actually see what some of the benchmarking, like if I pull the RAM out, put 64 gigs of RAM in, right? Like, so we had a 10931, right? Okay, so let's do it. Let's go pull that out. And the RAM, I'm honestly not expecting it to make a big change, because I'm not using that much of it, right? I'm not going to be using a lot of RAM. All right, so let's go ahead and turn this guy back on. Go ahead and turn this guy back on. And it is the Micro Center PC. So I don't know exactly where it came from or what happened. And we're not seeing a massive difference, right? So that RAM is not important to me because I just need it for kind of recording and doing editing and stuff like that. So I can get away with not having it, but unless I have a space for that RAM to go, it doesn't make sense for me to upgrade it, because I'm literally gonna have to rip it out and throw new RAM in it, because the AMD processor can use quad channel. Everything I've read says that they're happier with dual channel. It just runs better. The RAM runs faster as you put quad channel in. The RAM speed comes down a little bit. AMD is very, very particular about RAM speeds. So the higher the RAM speed is, the better it runs. So I want to keep that RAM speed as high as I can to keep it running at 3200 and not drop it any, because it's very, very, it can slow the processor down quite a bit. But that's kind of where we are. As for games coming up, stuff like that, I'm a little bit more comfortable now that I'm back on a tower. A little bit better cooling. The laptop was great, and on paper the laptop is better. But once you actually get into the weeds, the desktop, even though the specs were a little bit lower. Yeah, so see, it actually changed nothing for the more RAM, and I didn't think it would. But I was worried about overheating it and killing the laptop, so we wanted to move into the desktop. But this is kind of where we are right now. So if y'all have any questions, comments, or concerns, and then like even here, like it says that the case is incomplete. Oh yeah, well the RAM is kind of cheating, right? Um, yeah, so that thing brand new is a retail value of almost $2,800. So it had been about a $2,500 PC, and I got it for like $400, and then added the processor into it. It's just a smoking deal. So I'm really happy with it. I'm really happy with the way it works out. And it will give me a platform to kind of get back into doing things and not be beating the crap out of my poor laptop. But as always, if y'all have any questions, comments, or concerns, y'all can leave that down below. If you want to see me make another PC building simulator game run through, leave a comment. I love this game, like I really do. It's just trying to get in. It gets fiddly. So, but with that, you guys be safe, and we will talk to y'all next time.